Hey everybody, Ross Whitaker here for Podcast 17, and today we're looking at Fireburst. Fireburst was published by IndiePub and is a product of exDream, a German developer, which might help to explain some of the quirkiness of the game. Fireburst is built in Epic's Unreal 3 engine and looks pretty good because of it. Fireburst is also available on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. As always, I'll be playing the PC version through Steam. Now, Fireburst has single-player and multiplayer modes. There are two basic types of gameplay, races and destruction. Races are, well, races. Pretty much exactly what you would expect in a racing game. The destruction mode pits you against opponents in arena-style combat, where the objective is to wreck everyone else. Sort of like Twisted Metal, but without the weapons. In addition to online multiplayer, the game also offers split-screen. The nostalgic part of me always enjoys when modern developers include split-screen multiplayer, but I really think this was meant more for the consoles and not for the PC version. Now, Fireburst is an intriguing but unpolished game. It was built using the Unreal Engine, as I said before, and it shows. Graphically, the game looks great, but it also suffers from repetitive textures and environments, which you see in a lot of Unreal Engine games. Now, before I get into gameplay, we need to talk about the music. It's really, really horrible. It's like someone commissioned a bunch of bad copies of popular songs by scene bands. And to make matters worse, the soundtrack only consists of a handful of songs that play over and over and over. If you don't have an overwhelming desire to mute your computer within 10 minutes of playing, I'll be amazed. Let's look at the things that Fireburst does right. The game can be a lot of fun. The racing is very fast-paced and crazy, which is exactly how I like it. The gameplay hook is the Fireburst, which allows the player to go faster and also wreck opponents. There are 4 kinds of Fireburst, and the type of vehicle you drive will determine what you get. The system leads to plenty of fun moments, taking down opponents ahead of you and gaining the lead. The whole thing reminds me of Criterion's Burnout series, and in fact, the Fireburst mechanic is almost exactly the same as the boost and takedown mechanics in the Burnout games. Unfortunately, Fireburst has some issues beyond its horrible soundtrack. The character designs range from odd to annoying. You might not think that would matter that much in a racing game, but the characters are constantly talking. The worst part is that they each only have a set number of phrases that are repeated endlessly by their fairly awful voice actors. I found the game to be almost completely unplayable with mouse and keyboard, and had to plug up an Xbox controller pretty much immediately. I'm not sure that the fault lies with the developers, though. Racing games are notorious for bad controls on the PC. Another problem is the physics of the game. They can be pretty wonky from time to time. There's several occasions while playing that my car would bounce strangely for no apparent reason, or I would go over a jump and land facing the wrong way. The camera also stopped following my car a few times for no apparent reason. In a game this fast-paced, these technical issues can be very obnoxious, to say the least. Overall, Fireburst is a fun game. It does have some technical issues and annoying sounds, but it's pretty enjoyable. I can't really recommend it to anyone who doesn't really enjoy arcade racing games, but I had a pretty good time with it. If it looks appealing to you, it can be had for $10 on Steam right now. Again, this is Ross Whitaker for Podcast 17, and you've just watched our review of Fireburst. Hope you enjoyed.